CQ, CQ, CQ UK. This is M0 Sugar Golf Sugar. Just a quick video on how to set up a router for the Wires X system. A lot of people find this quite hard to do, and it is fairly simple. As you can see, I use a Virgin Media Hub router, but most routers operate in more or less the same way. So I'll take you through it step by step. You need to go to your advanced settings in your router, and what you're searching for is port forwarding. Now, port forwarding should be in there. If you click on it, it allows you to add services. So you can either go for either a predefined service like that, or you can put in your own. In this case, we're going to put in the HRI-200. So you give it a name. I always put the HRI-200, and we're going to put in a port range. A lot of people do these ports individually. I prefer to do a port range. So the first start port is 46100, as you see there, and the end range is 46122. So your start port there is 46100, and then your end port is 46122. Protocol is TCP UDP. I always put both. And your IP address, this is where a lot of people get stuck. Where do you find your IP address? It's quite simple. I'll just minimise this window. If you start a command prompt in Windows, and I've started one there, which basically is a DOS box. If you type in ipconfig, it'll put up a list of your IP configuration table. The one we're interested in is the one that says IPv4 address, and as you can see, my IP address is 192.168.0.2. so number 2 is the one we're interested in, that address there. So if you write that down on your system, and then you can close that window. If you go back into the router, it puts in the first 3 numbers for you. All you have to do is put in 2, or whatever yours might be. Don't put in 2 if it's not 2. Definitely put in whatever your IP config says is the address for your v4 IP, which is basically your LAN route. So once you've put that in, add the rule. And you'll see it'll come with a box in there, and it'll say enabled. If it doesn't, make sure there's a tick in enabled, and then click on apply, and that's all you have to do in that section. Then go back to security, and the next part that we're interested in is the DMZ, the demilitarized zone. You put the same number in there, and then click apply. Once you've done that, go back to security. And the last section where we need to sort things out for the router is the DHCP reservation. If you click on that, it'll give you a list of things that are attached to your PC. What you're looking for, to your router, what you're looking for is the one that ends in 192.168.0.2. Put a tick in this box here, and then click on add reservation. Once you put a tick in that box there, it will fill all this in with the MAC address and the IP address, which is 2. Add the reservation, and then click apply at the bottom. That's it, basically. That's all you should do. What it'll do is it'll stop your IP from changing. So it'll constantly use IP address 02. So when the internet service provider releases the lease on your line and reconnects it, your machine should always say, "I'm machine number 2. I am very important. Please reattach me on 192.168.0.2." And that's how to set up the HRI box using your router. If you get stuck on finding out how to get into the router, the password and the WPS pin is usually on the bottom of the router. on a label. You'll have to excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold, so I might sound a bit snivelly. Most people say I sound snivelly anyway. Once all that's done, you can basically come out of your router and I'll just see if I can flick this over to a different screen. Oh no, you can't while it's recording. But that's it. That's how to set up a router. This video is about 6 minutes long. Like I say, it's not a hard task, but that'll assign your IP address that your computer has to the router port, and hopefully it'll stop the HRI box from losing its ports every so often. So I hope you enjoyed it. This has been M0SGS. Hope you have a good day and send me threes. Take care.